I didn't really want to do a car video, but there's something on my mind. It's been on my mind all last week. I'm sitting outside the theater. I'm about to go in. This is our second weekend doing a musical here at the theater. It's been an awakening moment because I kind of knew this, but I had forgotten about it for a while. And the thing is if you're a guitar player or if you're a bassist, and you're playing for a theater or, a high school musical production or anything that people are paying to come see, it's really important that your rig is quiet when you're not actually using it. Or if you're not playing, then we don't need to hear you doing the dance of the 7 pedals. I know a lot of the pedals, if you're a bass player or a guitar player, you probably have some kind of digital processor or pedal board. Like I have a pedal board. And I know some of those pedals have clicks on them when you engage and use them. But I shouldn't hear like the dance of the 7 pedals. I shouldn't hear you clicking around under the stage in the pit when I'm trying to watch a show. And so these people came to actually see the show. They didn't come to see us monkeying around with our stuff. Nobody cares about what effects you're running. They came to see the show that they paid for. So that's one thing. Try to be quiet when you're playing in a pit orchestra if you're a guitar player, bass or electric or whatever. The other thing is you should probably make sure that your rig isn't noisy either. Currently, the musical that I'm playing, there are 2 guitar parts. There's guitar 1 and there's guitar 2. And a lot of times I'll play out of both books and I'll go back and forth and pick the best parts that I need to play when there is no other guitar player around. In this case, we do have one, which is nice, but the guy's rig is so noisy. I mean, turn down the gain. Gain is not volume. Well, let me say it this way. Some guys just don't realize that yet. And I wish they would learn. Now, some amps will have noise. In fact, I can still hear mine. I can hear it when it's on, but that doesn't mean I should hear like high pitched frequencies and hisses. Now, we do get ground loop, and that's just something that we all have to deal with, but there are ways to tame that. And so as soon as you start playing, with all the clicking and then the hissing, it's like, dude, and this is the worst part. So try to make your rig as quiet as possible for the moments when you're not playing. And this is the last thing I would say is please do not be noodling around. Even if you've got your volume all the way down, even if the amp is turned off, it's a song you're not playing on, whatever, don't be noodling around in the pit going ding, 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 on your guitar. Like it's not even the pit is designed for all the sound to go out so everybody in the theater can hear you. But that means all the other musicians in the pit can hear you too. And we don't want to hear you playing who knows what from your garage band practice yesterday because it was so awesome, man. Like, I don't care. Like, good, go have a good time. I love the fact that you're, engaging with music, but this is going to be a problem in the long run. And it's distracting to the other musicians, and then they won't want to work with you. So you really need to keep that stuff under control. So be quiet in the pit, be respectful. Remember that you're there to serve a purpose, and the purpose is the story and the song. If you're making the music distracting by making very loud, stompy clicks on your pedals, or your rig is really noisy, well, even when you're not playing, or as soon as you play and you turn the volume on, it goes like that's probably better for garages and not for theaters. That's all I really wanted to say. I've had a week of this and I'm really tired of it. It's like right up in my ear all night and I'm like, good gravy. Good gravy. One other thing, if you're in a situation where somebody is doing that, it might be okay to politely tell them, hey, like, your rig's a little noisy, but definitely don't, like, throw them under the bus. Don't necessarily call them out on it in front of everybody. I think that'd be a really bad move. It could be unwise. So keep it to yourself. Talk to them later, or maybe just let it go, or bring it up with your musical director, whoever the person is in charge of the pit. It'll go a long way for you in social credit, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. But you definitely don't want to burn any bridges just because somebody has a different playing style. I still think that being quiet is the way to go when you're not playing. But like I said, don't burn any bridges. Play nice. It's a very small pool in these pit communities. So, and I mean, if I could go backwards This will be the 18th musical I've done, or 18 and a half, I guess. So like if I go back and look at it, I wonder if I was more noisy when I started. I don't think so, but it could be, and it would be really interesting. I can't go back and see that now because there's no videos. But I could ask some of the people who have been around, hey, was I ever like that? Maybe I will. Anyway, I hope that this helps you. I hope that if, like me, you find these things annoying, that you'll take some comfort knowing that you're not the only one out there that finds this stuff distracting. Do your best. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus or name any names, and that's why I'm not saying the name of the town or the musical that I'm doing. Just be aware that, like, there are better ways. There are better ways to play. And, just because you can play guitar doesn't mean that you can't still learn something new or take your playing to the next level. So be respectful. Have fun, and then go home, have a burger, play a video game, enjoy.